What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out Akiza's brand new Rose Dragons that have finally been revealed. If you guys remember, I did talk about these when they were first teased by Konami. White Rose Dragon is being released in the V-Jump in the OCG, and then we have Red Rose Dragon that's going to be released in the Legendary Duelist Sisters of the Rose that's coming out next year in the TCG. I actually believe that White Rose Dragon is probably going to end up being in that same set because it wouldn't make sense for Konami not to give us all this support at one time. In the OCG, they're getting these cards together, so it seems like it would be kind of smart for them to do the same thing in the TCG. Plus, Konami has officially announced the Legendary Duelist Sisters of the Rose, so if they're already promoting it, it seems like they should just give us the cards at the same time. But let's go ahead and talk about this because it's very interesting. These cards kind of work with the old cards, and you know that Rose Dragon really wasn't an archetype before. There was just like Blue Rose Dragon and Black Rose, but these new cards actually work quite well with the old ones. So let's go ahead and start with White Rose Dragon. This is a Dart Dragon effect monster, level 4, 1200 attack, 1000 defense. The first and the third effects are hard ones per turns. The first effect says if you control a tuner monster that is dragon or plant, which is basically what Akiza used in the anime, you can special summon this card from your hand. Alright, I always like ways of being able to get monsters out of my hand because you never know if your normal summon is going to get disrupted. Having additional ways of getting monsters on the field is always a good thing, so I'll definitely take that. Effect number 2 is really strong in my opinion. It says when this card is normal summoned, so technically if you have like a Brilliant Fusion Seraphonite, you can use this as many times as you want. It says you can special summon one Rose Dragon monster from your hand or graveyard except another copy of White Rose Dragon. This is again a very good effect because number 1, there is the potential to unload monsters out of your hand, basically being able to special summon them. And then number 2, if you have some Rose Dragons in your graveyard, such as the Red Rose Dragon or the old Blue Rose Dragon, hell, even the old school Black Rose Dragon, you can summon those monsters. And it's really cool because those monsters can still activate their effects. You can attack with them. There is no limit on what you can do. In fact, you can actually bring out the Blue Rose Dragon, which I always thought was kind of a terrible card, but you could bring that back from your graveyard, and that's an instant rank 4. You can bring back Black Rose Dragon and just attack your opponent with it or activate the effect. So I think that that's pretty good because it's a +1 and there really aren't any restrictions on what you can do. Now the third effect says if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can send one level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to your graveyard. Okay. Now, we don't know all the cards and all the support that she's going to get in this set, so I reserve the right to change my mind. However, I feel initially that was kind of backwards. I'm just thinking about this in the historical sense of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like, if you go back to 5Ds or really just think about, like, the best plant monsters in the game, I'm talking about, like, the plant synchro engine. You think about cards like Glow Up Bulb and, you know, Dandelion, Lone Fire Blossom, Spore. By the way, every single card that I just named outside of Lone Fire Blossom has been on the ban list. That tells you how good these cards, every single one of them are like level 3 and lower. So it's almost like Konami said, no motherfuckers, you're not getting a free Glow Up Bulb, you're not getting Dandelion tokens if you're in the OCG, you're not going to get Spore in the graveyard for free. It's almost like they specifically made this so you wouldn't be able to use the broken plant monsters with it, because when I think of plant monsters, the broken ones are kind of what I immediately think of, and you can't send any of those to the graveyard. A lot of those cards, again, do either summon themselves or Dandelion, if you're in the OCG, just basically prints out tokens for you to link summon with or synchro summon with. So I think that that is kind of a shame. However, maybe Konami has some big plant monster that's, you know, planned for this set, and it's going to be really good when you send it to the graveyard. So I'm not exactly sure if that's bad yet, but my initial thoughts is I wish that it was like level 3 and lower because, you know, getting a free Glow Up Bulb on field is pretty damn good. Last time I checked, I would have been able to, you know, go for needle fiber shenanigans and stuff like that. Then we have the Red Rose Dragon. This is a Dart Dragon, and this is a tuner. Obviously, this is a card that they basically want you to summon from the graveyard with the White Rose Dragon. I'm just going to throw that out there if it wasn't blatantly obvious, but I think that it is. This is level 3. It is 1000 attack, 1800 defense. Okay, good stats in my opinion. It's a hard once per turn on the effect, and it says if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can special summon one Rose Dragon monster from your hand or deck, except another copy of Red Rose Dragon. Then if this card card was sent to the graveyard as synchro material for Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster, that kind of tells me that maybe she's getting a new plant synchro monster in this set. You can add 1 Frozen Roars or Blooming Rose from your deck to your hand. All right, so there's a lot to take in with this card. And I don't think that we can fully evaluate it right now because for Frozen Roars and Blooming Rose are brand new cards that are going to be in the Legendary Duelist. We have no idea what the hell those cards do. So if they're just amazing, if they're like borderline broken or something like that, then obviously that's going to really make this card a lot better than it already is. But I mean, this card basically serves the purpose of using this for synchro material and then having it float into other resources. One really cool thing that I noticed is if you go into Black Rose Dragon, right, you can activate Black Rose Dragon as Chainlink 1, and then you can activate Red Rose Dragon as Chainlink 2. You can use your Red Rose Dragon's effect to summon Blue Rose Dragon to your field. Blue Rose Dragon is then going to be blown up by the Black Rose Dragon, and then Blue Rose Dragon can basically just like summon a monster back from your graveyard, which is pretty damn cool. If you have a Black Rose Dragon in your, well, you will have a Black Rose Dragon in your grave, you can just get it right back to your field and attack your opponent, or you can get like a plant monster from your graveyard. Maybe you got something spicy in there and just bring it right back. So I think that that can be a pretty good application, and it's really interesting, right? Because I said earlier that Blue Rose Dragon has always kind of been a shitty card, but these new cards kind of make it pretty decent. Again, the first one, it's an instant rank 4 XC if it's in the grave, and then with the second one, if you go on the Black Rose, you can nuke your opponent's board, and then you can actually just get your Black Rose Dragon back from the graveyard off your Blue Rose Dragon that you summoned from Red Rose Dragon. I think that this card is actually pretty good, but it has the potential to be amazing if Frozen Roars or Blooming Rose are actually pretty good cards. When those cards are revealed, of course I'll talk about them, but as of right now, just not quite enough information to really give this card like an actual grade, but I think that there is a whole lot of potential there. So you guys let me know what you think of the Rose Dragon Synchros. I'm pretty sure somebody will figure out a way to get Needle Fiber in this deck as well, but I think that we just kind of need to see what else Konami has up their sleeve for this set. I think that if I was just a betting man, I'd say that there's probably a good chance, well, Konami wants you to still synchro for Black Rose Dragon. I think that there's another chance that, or a decent chance, Konami is going to give her a new plant synchro monster in here because, you know, White Rose Dragon gets its effect when it's synchro summoned for a plant monster as well. And we could end up seeing probably another tuner as well. So we'll have to see exactly what we get. Maybe a high level plant monster that you send to the graveyard for some type of effect might be kind of nice. But whatever you guys think of the new Red Rose and White Rose Dragon, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos and check out these other videos I know you'll enjoy.